Gabe made this beat.
Welcome to Say Like a Champ, episode 148. It's your boy A-Dub.
And your boy Strizzy in the building. What's good, y'all?
We're back again. Another Tuesday, another week of sports. You know how we do. We got some slackers checking in the building already. Happy Tuesday to you too, Kelly. Thank you for being here. And yeah, it is what it is. We conquered another sport, another season in the book. So we'll definitely talk about that. I was definitely very excited about that. And we're in the midst of the off season with NFL talk and with NBA, of course. But we're going to go ahead and dive into it. You know how we do. We'll hit our normal topics, and we do appreciate your likes and your comments along the way. Please come and be a part of the show. Absolutely. And Strizzy, any other disclaimers you want to mention?
Oh, man, no disclaimers. I think you hit them all on the noggin, man. We're getting to the nitty gritty. We're hitting that crunch time, you know what I'm saying? Where it's all baseball, you know what I'm saying? Some golf too, but man, we gonna make do, you know what I'm saying? We'll stay consistent and be there for you for all your sportsly needs, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. All right. That's what it is. Also got Pops in the building. Hello. We'll go ahead and then jump into it. I'm gonna pull up our graphics real quick so we can get in full effect. And let's jump into our first topic of the day.
All right, Strizzy. You ready? You know we got the flag football championship this weekend, okay?
Got it, coach.
We won 3 times in a row, right? We going for the 4-peat. I got the play, okay? This is going to be the secret play. I'm going to draw it here, but we're going to have to burn this board down because we can't let anybody know, okay, what the secret play. Okay, so make sure you're ready to memorize it, okay?
Got it.
It's better than the annexation of Puerto Rico, okay? This has got nothing on that, okay? We haven't named it yet, but we'll figure it out. And boom, that's the play. Exactly. 4-peat on the way.
All right, NFL talk. The first big story of today, Terry McLaurin, one of those young star wide receivers that was looking for a contract, got his cash. 3-year, $70 million extension from the Washington Commanders, and I think they definitely knew they had to take care of business with him on that one. Definitely a star, though. What do you think about Terry McLaurin, though? You think he's going to just kind of be wasted there, like just be a good player in a bad situation, or what?
Man, unfortunately, maybe. You know what I'm saying? Like, it kind of sucks, man. I hope they can do something. I love Coach Rivera. I always have, with his time with Carolina, man. But
true.
I hope they can get the the quarterback that they need so that his talents aren't wasted.
Right.
But I do think that the money there that he got is good money for him. Nothing super too crazy, and it's also not super long either. It's an extension of his rookie deal, but still 3 years. That's not too bad. It still leaves some room for them to grab a couple more free agents if they need to. But I'm glad he got paid, man. He's been like their lone bright spot, you know what I mean, on offense. So glad he's gonna get paid.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, even when they've not really had consistent quarterback play, he's always put up his numbers and done well. So that's what's up. So he won't be holding out or moving around. But we got some other players on here that are remaining. Basically, these are like kind of high profile name free agents across the bottom here. Anthony Barr, Julio Jones, and Ndamukong Suh and OBJ still looking for a team about 72 days away from kickoff. So I was kind of interested where some of these guys might land. And it's kind of crazy, though. Julio Jones, I think, sticks out the most to me of like how far he fell so quickly,
It's just health, man. He, you go back two years, maybe even 3 years, not including last year with the Titans. He just hasn't been able to stay on the field, and I think that's been his biggest problem. I don't think 3 years ago definitely had nothing to do with how good he was. It was just he can't stay on the field, and I think that's a big problem. And even last year, like, how many games did he play? And even in the games that he did play, how productive was he? You know what I'm saying? So
right.
I think that plays a big role, and I think a lot of people look at him like, the name sounds great, man, but the on the field play ain't looking so great. So I think that plays a big role in why he hasn't been swooped up yet. or at least opted into his final season with the Titans.
Yeah, agreed. It'll be interesting to say where these guys land. A couple other free agents out there too. So yeah, still a couple moves to possibly be made. I want to welcome Moms into the show. She says hello, sports fans, and also Grace in the building. Hello. So
hello, Grace.
Welcome to the show. All right. Deshaun Watson, it's been an unfortunate story. It's just been one of those things that we've been talking about for over, about a year now, a little bit over a year now. And finally, the NFL discipline hearings for him have started. They started today, and they're going to continue later this week. But going into that hearing, basically they're saying that the NFL is likely recommending 1 year suspension. So I was just thinking, what do you think on that? Do you think he will get the full year more, or what do you think?
Yeah, man, I actually think he will get the full year. Like when we were talking about it last week, and I feel like it's just too many. You know what I mean? Like it's just too many, and I feel like everything is working against him. Like there's just nothing, in my opinion, like within his favor. You've got too many masseuses that you go to when you were in Houston, and too many women, obviously. Like I think it's just entirely too much.
Oh, sorry. I just wanted to throw that in there too. They are going after the Texans now for basically saying that they enabled him, and they
right, exactly.
So it is getting bigger.
Yeah, and I was just going to allude to what you had mentioned last week. You know, they might say 2 years, right, and then basically say since he missed all last year, they're going to count that as a year, just to make the punishment sound more severe. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I think he's out for the year, man. I think he's going to miss the whole thing, and I think they stick with Baker for at least 1 more year while they deal with him, and Baker definitely on next season.
I agree. I think they are going to have to figure that out. I think that's obviously why they haven't dealt him yet. So
yeah,
crazy, but we may be able to finally kind of know and have not necessarily closure on this, but at least an understanding of how long he'll be out soon with those hearings going on right now. So speaking of hearings, the Washington Commanders owner Dan Snyder continues to deny going to court. And earlier this weekend, I read, this past weekend, I read that him and his lawyers have basically refused the subpoena to speak in court. But I'm like, how can you do that? I thought a subpoena was you have to come.
Yeah, I thought that too.
So it looks like they're really trying to avoid him going to court. But I don't know if maybe other legal action will be come against him if he does refuse to show up. So we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, more kind of negative news that hopefully we can get past. So
I think you don't want to get on it because you can't lie on the stand,
right?
And I feel like you don't want to be up there because if he lies and something comes out, then that's perjury. You know what I'm saying? So it's just I think he's trying to stay clear of the stand at all costs. So we'll see.
We will see. One other little side note: Aqib Talib, he's going to join Fitzpatrick in the Amazon booth for the Thursday nights, which he's been on Fox. He was on Fox last year, and he's pretty cool, and he's kind of excitable, maybe not the most professional yet, but I kind of like his style. So
right.
I think he'll add some flavor.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe there'll be some flavor to it a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see.
Yeah, but that's all we really got for NFL talk. Again, we're in the deep throes of the off season, but more to come on some of those little things. And we'll see where these free agents land too. But that's all we really got for that. Let's go ahead and keep it moving. All right, NBA talk. So a couple interesting stories, but I did want to talk about last week's draft. We had Banchero going first in the draft, which was kind of a surprise. I really thought it was going to be Jabari Smith. But it was cool to see the youngsters all out there with their families, dream come true type of things. And of course, they had to have their outfits out. I thought it was a little bit much, but I'm getting older, so the style is a little bit different for me. But my biggest observation, though, I do have to say of the draft night is Chet Holmgren, man. I'm just saying he's so skinny. I think can be a really good player, but I think it's gonna take him a couple years to really develop. So I do. He went second to OKC. I think that if they'll just be patient with him, that he can be a player down the road. But man, he looked so skinny. He looked like he was gonna break just by giving hugs out and stuff.
No, for reals, man. It's funny. Like I mentioned last week, and you look at how kind of since how tiny KD was when he first came out, but KD, plays a different type of game. You know what I mean? Like he's used to playing at the center position and just being able to shoot the way he does. But you're right, man. Hopefully they give him a little bit of time. But he's good, man. He's good with the rock. I think he will also be a really, really good player in this league to come. I saw the little nickname already, the Slim Towers, which is pretty funny.
Okay.
But I hope he can put on the weight. I hope he has the genetics to put on at least a little bit of weight. There are guys out there who can just work out, and it's just really hard for them to put on muscle. You know what I mean? So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah. Yeah, we definitely will, but it'll be cool to see some of these players on the court in Summer League, which is next month, the middle of July.
Yeah.
And that's always a cool first look at, the players and kind of what they're looking like against some NBA-ish level competition. So
looking forward to it.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll be all over my NBA TV for that week.
For sure.
Another big story that kind of came out that could have been an even bigger story, but kind of rescinded into basically Kyrie Irving coming back to the Nets, opting into his final year with the Nets on that contract. So he can no longer be traded or sent away in a sign and trade, but he can be traded like as an expiring contract. But it looks like he is going to stay in Brooklyn. What do you think turned the tide for Kyrie? Because just last week we were talking about he had his list of teams and everything like that.
Yeah, I think what turned the tide is there was another article that came out that the only team on that list that was actually interested was LA. And when you think about them being the only team still having Russell Westbrook, who can also opt into his final year, which we'll get to that probably after this. You look at it like, well, this is like my only option. I can't really do anything else. I got to stick around. I can make the most money in Brooklyn for one more year, play with KD, assuming KD is not traded somewhere else, because he's also been in trade rumor talks as of late. But I think for him, that was the best move that they could do to assure him to keep playing for a contender and making good money at the same time.
Gotcha. No, that makes total sense how you put that. And yeah, the KD thing, basically, I think that was only going to be a domino if Kyrie were to leave, where Brooklyn would basically just go full-on rebuild.
Exactly.
But yeah, I think they do then try to make one more run together. But it seems like ever since KD and Kyrie decided to join up in Brooklyn, it's been one like calamity after another. So we'll see if maybe they can work it out in this last year. And then, yeah, you also alluded to Russell Westbrook. He did opt into his contract with the LA Lakers for that final year, which I think, assumed that he would. That's the most security for him, too.
Yeah. It's kind of rough, though. I feel like because his was huge. It was like 40-something, right? I think Kyrie's was like 30-something. His was like 46.
Yeah.
Maybe 43, something like that. His was really high. I know for him, he's got to think about himself, in the long run, but like that also really hurts the Lakers. You know what I mean? That's a lot of money off of the books, you know what I'm saying, to go in and try to make some free agent moves happening, depending on who they're going to keep and let stay. But
right,
yeah, well, hopefully new coaching staff, they can figure out some things. I know a lot of people are talking about. I don't want to see a rebound season for us. You know what I'm saying? Not really a
comeback, but like a bounce back,
a rebound season. But yeah, we'll see, man. Hopefully they can get right. I love Russ. Hopefully he does. So. Hopefully they can get right, especially for your boys. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. This
year was kind of rough, but yeah, next year's contract for Russ Westbrook is $47 million. So obviously he was going to take that. So we'll see, though. I think though, we'll give it another run. Like you said too, Russell Westbrook, one of my favorite players. So watching him not do so well this year was tough, but I think we'll see if he's got one last ride and a little bit more gas in the tank, hopefully.
What's funny? I know that they were talking about Kyrie and Seth Curry, and in the trade, whatever. Yeah. I hope they can somehow still get Seth Curry,
a shooter like that.
Yeah, they can get like just a good and Seth can score. Like, he's not just a 3-point shooter. You know what I mean? Like, he's definitely not Steph, but his game is so similar. He just doesn't get that kind of recognition or whatever. But they can get a shooter to come over to really stretch the floor. I think that really helps Russ, you know what I mean? Because right now his problem is there's just no one to really stretch for him.
Right. No, agreed. Yeah, we'll see. Hopefully they have some moves. Kind of Rob Pelinka has something up his sleeve. Going to the comments, Pop says money as always with him, referring to Kyrie, and no one wants him. I think, that was funny. He came out with a long list of places he'd be interested in going, but it seems like, I was like, why would you assume that? And including the Dallas Mavericks, where it's like they have Luka, like.
Yeah, it didn't really make a lot of sense. And part of it, though, I think part of it is because Kyrie's never been a real point guard. He's always been a shooting guard. So I think, like, even going to, like, the Mavericks, it would have been like, we can bounce Brunson. We got Kyrie and Luka can just continue to do what Luka does. You know what I mean? But I don't know. We'll see. But now they can trade him. If they decide to trade him, now they can trade him wherever they want to trade him. He has no say now.
Right. That's true, because he doesn't have to agree to the sign and trade. So, yeah, he has lost that power.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe if things don't go well, they can, they might get traded before the trade deadline.
Yeah, it's true.
You never know. Because the expiring contract starts to look better and better when as the season goes on.
For real.
A little bit of coaching news. The Celtics assistant coach Will Hardy is going to, it looks like going to the Jazz as their new head coach. We'll see what Spider Mitchell thinks of that, or if that, kind of helps change things in Utah. I'm still interested to see where Snyder goes, or if he just is going to take a year off and chill and see what happens. And then maybe come back to coaching. Also, the Hornets, after losing out on Kenny Atkinson, and he decided to go back to the Warriors. They've now hired Steve Clifford as their head coach, which is very interesting because he was their head coach before, got fired like 4 years ago by Michael Jordan and Mitch Kupchak, the same people that are hiring him back. So, I didn't know if you thought of anything with that move, but I just kind of thought it was weird. It's like, you're just going to try again. That's literally a retread.
Yeah, I'm literally just thinking just like different team to give them another shot. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
But what they really need to do is stop playing around and re-sign Miles Bridges. That's what they need to do.
Yeah.
stop playing.
Miles isn't helping himself out with that one, though, unfortunately.
Also very true. Very true.
But, yeah, and then lower right, we have just a free agent frenzy that's going to start later this week. Free agency should start the eve of June 30th, so we'll see. Hopefully by next weekend, we'll have some news about some free agents and stuff like that. Want to welcome Anthony Weston to the show. What's good? Pops, in terms of the coaches, says he doesn't like either hire. Yeah, nothing really exciting, I don't know.
I'm kind of in the same boat. Like, nothing really negative to say, but nothing positive to say either. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, that's just a big we'll see. So one other trade rumor that's out there, though, is apparently the Hawks are trying to acquire DeJounte Murray from the Spurs. The Spurs might be going into full rebuild mode. But we'll hopefully see. Maybe we'll hear some more news about that too. So definitely some moves are going to start happening over the next week in the NBA. But I think that's it. Let me go ahead and pull up our next topic. One that I'm glad Anthony Weston is here to see. Let's get it popping.
So what's next again?
Other sports?
Oh yeah, other sports. Okay, so not football.
Yeah, not basketball. We did that already.
Oh, okay, like hockey.
Yeah, like hockey. Feel me?
Okay, like baseball.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Like soccer, right?
There we go.
Like soccer.
Like other sports. All right, the biggest topic for other sports, we got to give a big shout out to the Stanley Cup champions, my Colorado Avalanche. Oh man, finally made it happen, fought their way through, and just such a young, exciting team. They dominated basically all year, and I don't know how many times you guys heard me say on this show, like, this gonna be the year, but they made it happen. So that was definitely super exciting. For me, it was a little bit different. It was crazy because I actually had to watch the game on a plane flight. But luckily, I was able to tap into the game, and that flight went by very fast because I had something to definitely be watching out. So that's what's up. Anthony Weston, yes, over 20 years of waiting. I know we're bonded in that fandom there. Mom says congrats, Avs, and Kelly with the confetti. But yeah, Anthony West says I got nervous those last 3 minutes. Yeah, it was kind of like nerve-wracking. I was hoping that they would have an insurance goal so that they wouldn't be so close coming down the stretch, but they held on. They did what they had to do, and they're Stanley Cup champs. So very exciting. Already, Vegas has them as the favorites to win next year too. So
They should. This team's good, and they're young. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I think they're set up like looking for a 3P like the Lightning were. You know what I'm saying? Like they're really good, man.
They're definitely have a lot of young players, young core, and now gaining even more experience. That's so great. So one thing that was very funny too, on the bottom right, you can see during the celebration they were going to take a team picture, and the cup actually got dented as one of the players slid in to try to get on the photo. So you can see in the bottom left corner of the cup, it's like all flat.
Yeah.
Apparently, though, I was doing a little research, and they're not the first team to damage the cup like that. But they'll be able to fix it up. So that's what's up. So, Pop's giving his shout out to the Stanley Cup champions. Got the emoji flying. And Moms, do I have my winning ticket? I got my winning ticket right here. So we're planning the trip back to Circa to cash that out. I'm definitely excited about that too. So that's what's up.
That's what's up.
All right, but that's our other sports. I do want to say though too, that's our other sports, our first other sports, but we're going to move on to the rest of the other sports stories. But I do have to say though, I kind of failed to post on social media about this one. And I do want to say to my slackers out there, we're going to try to be a little bit better on the social media posts too. You know what I'm saying? So that our Instagram is worth a follow, because we do guys want to check in with you guys and let you guys know what's happening, week to week too, not just on Tuesdays. So tune in there. We'll be posting a little bit more on there too. This was a good opportunity that I kind of missed, but we're all a work in progress. So that's what's up with that. Let's see. Pop says rematch next year with both teams completely healthy. That would be cool. The Lightning are the second favorites for next year, and they are a really great team. Yeah, I have to say that the final in general was really dope. Other than game two was a blowout for the Avalanche, but the Avalanche had their other two victories were in overtime, and then this last one, this clincher, was just a 1-point victory. So it was like a well-played series.
It was some good hockey, man.
Yeah. Anthony West says the fastest it's ever been ruined. That was pretty funny though. And I love that picture though, that you can see the players' faces. They're like, dang, they all see it just like smash the cup. That's pretty funny though. But yeah, let's get on to a little bit more other sports. Today, Serena played in her first match since getting injured in Wimbledon last year and having to retire. And unfortunately, she lost in a 3-set tiebreak. I don't know. I watched a little bit of the match. I wasn't able to watch the whole match, but didn't look quite the same. But still kind of was gutting it out, and it seemed like it was a heavily contested match based on what I read. I might want to try to go back and watch it, but the first question they asked her after the match was, is this the last time you might play? I hope it's not true, but she basically said, I gave what I have today, and we'll see, what happens in the future. So this is rough.
Yeah, man, it's really tough, man. Like when you play a professional sport, it's really difficult, even if it's something like tennis or golf. It's really difficult to take that amount of time off. You know what I'm saying? And just kind of try to come back and thinking you're gonna be like, oh, it's Serena, she'll be back in the finals, and it's never that easy. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
I think
especially at this age and everything like that too, everything she's gone through.
Every day you miss, somebody else is getting better. You know what I'm saying? So competition is stiff, and I think she's gonna have to really train and work with maybe like some other higher up there tennis players to try to get back to what we're used to seeing from her. So I'm with you. It's kind of weird when you see like the best in the game retire, but I'd like to see her keep going.
Yeah, I hope she's got a little bit more left in her. Anthony says, tear to my eyes seeing the end of a great athlete's career.
Yeah, exactly.
So, and that could be the end. I mean, it could be that literally could be her last match, but I hope that maybe she can build up and continue to try one more time. She is tied for the for women's singles majors.
Mm-hmm.
And the craziest thing is she hasn't won one since 2017. So it's been 5 years of chasing, searching, maybe trying to go for that one more. But in my eyes, she's the greatest women's tennis player.
Agreed.
And so if she doesn't win another one, that's fine. Same thing with Tiger, right? Like if they can't get back over the hill, that's cool. But I just hope she can stay strong mentally. She always has been, but and figure out what's next for her. So
definitely.
Yeah. Oh, Kelly says, side note, did you see Serena talking about using Legos to relax before a match? I didn't see that. That's what's up though. Legos are very relaxing. And if you're into Legos, you can check out my YouTube channel too. We got Lego builds over there. So yeah. Let's see. Pop says record is only a number. She's clearly the greatest female tennis player ever, and she's been cheated so many times. She already has it. That's true. There was definitely plenty of times where things just were kind of stacked against her. Oh, she was working on Thor's hammer. That's what's up. That's what's up, because I happen to maybe be working on that too. So that's what's up. Anthony Weston says I agree, Pop. So yeah, you got it already. Okay. Canelo and Triple G. The fight is set for September. Canelo came out recently in just a little bit of boxing news and was basically saying that this trilogy is personal for him, and that Triple G is not a nice guy, even though he pretends to be one in the public, and that he knows why they're mad. Triple G basically said, hey, I thought we were cool after we hugged after the second fight, and basically he's just wants this third fight because he wants a chance to basically prove he can beat him. But to me, it's kind of weird doing a trilogy when there's, it's 2-0, because it's not like it's a deciding factor. And also, Canelo coming off of his loss, like it's just interesting. Now he's trying to fuel himself up for Triple G.
Right.
But
I kind of feel like that too. Like, I don't know, man. I feel like maybe he's just trying to like you said, add fuel to the fire, and maybe kind of help it with promotion, stuff like that. Yeah. But I still say Triple G won the first fight. So like, right. I know I completely agree with you in the sense of like trilogies are weird when it's 2-0. The third one doesn't really make a lot of sense. But I think I know why it's happening. Cause so like us, so many other people also think that Triple G won the first one. So we'll see, man. Triple G's my dude. So I hope he takes the third one.
I agree too, because that's true. We could look back and in our own record books, we could say, okay, it's it's Triple G 2-1. Who knows? Yeah. Pop says Triple G all the way. Come on, Triple G. He won one of those fights. He did. Yeah, the first one he won. And that's why it disappointed me they even did a second one, because I was like, he already won the first one. There's no way he's gonna win this next one. Like,
yeah, exactly.
But I do think that the trilogy hopefully will be interesting. And yeah, if Triple G can find a way, one last big fight, and it should do well in the promotion. Like it should. Yeah. So, all right. Live Golf is having another event this weekend. Their second event ever, and it's going to be at the Pumpkins Ranch in Portland, Oregon. I think it's Pumpkin Ranch. I might be wrong. But we'll see. There's 3 more PGA Tour players that have joined Live since last week, and they're looking for a big money payout again. And the PGA Tour is, silently and on the side, trying to revamp things for next year. But I think that they're getting worried. I think they're sweating it out that more and more players are like, you know what, like we're fine with leaving you and we'll take a chance on this. Mm-hmm. It's the young players too. So
right. And why not? You know what I mean? Like I get it. I get it to the extent of like PGA has always been the PGA for for golf forever. You know what I mean?
It's been the main one.
Exactly.
The main tour, yeah.
Exactly. But if some of these young players can kind of help make Live popular and they start having like their own kind of like major events and things of that nature, while they're also making big bucks to not even win, you know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
money talks, man. You know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, it's like I can go and get last place in the PGA Tour and still I'm going to make something, but it still might not be as much as I'm going to make getting last place and Live.
Right. Yeah. I think that we had the numbers a couple weeks ago, and like the last place in the week of the first Live tournament, I think the last place in PGA was like 17,000, which is still, I mean, hey. Yeah, but then the last place in the Live was like 88. So I'm like, that's a whole year's salary for a lot of people. That's a great year's salary, for one tournament coming last place in this new thing. So we'll see how it goes. I'm kind of excited though, and I love YouTube. You can watch it on YouTube for free. You can stream it right there, and it's not on all the major broadcasts because like ESPN, Fox, they're not really acknowledging Live yet. They're trying to. I think that they're working with the PGA Tour and trying to like, not necessarily hold it down, but they're trying to show their loyalty to them or whatever. But for right now, it's free on YouTube. You can watch it, and I just hope they open up the comments because I think that would be so tight.
That would be so.
Just get some good moderators, get a little bit of a delay on the comments or something like that.
Yep,
that would be cool. All right. Up here in top right, we had a brawl this weekend between the Mariners and the Angels. And 12 players and coaches ended up being suspended as a result of the brawl. It was a big one, and it went on for like 4 minutes, basically.
Bro, players, coaches, and one interpreter. Even the interpreter got suspended. I'm like, how he gets suspended? That was wild, bro. It was crazy.
Hey, because he was repping his colors. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Bro,
Hey, it was pretty crazy. And Archie Manning, no, sorry, not Archie Manning. We're gonna talk about him in a second, but Archie Bradley. From the Angels, he actually was trying to join the fight and tripped and fell trying to jump over the fence out of the dugout and actually broke a bone in his elbow and is going to be out for a month. So it's funny that this brawl ended up injuring players, but injuring a player, but it wasn't from the brawl. He was trying to get to the brawl. But I thought that was a interesting, kind of side note from that. Also, too, they're staggering some of the coaches' suspensions so that they'll have enough coaches to to have somebody to like basically be the manager. So they're kind of like, not all going to be suspended at the same time, which I thought that was kind of considerate, I guess.
Right.
Mom says baseball live was a blast this weekend. Yeah, we got to roll out on another one of our ballpark trips and hit Cincinnati and St. Louis and saw some great baseball. It was great to be back out there, especially with my mom, and also because I now only really have like 3 more stadiums to go to see like the home team in their own stadium. So
yeah, that's tight.
The countdown continues on that. So one other thing though I was gonna say about baseball is like I just feel like baseball players are like really testy lately. Like I don't know exactly what's going on, but there's more fights, more brawls. Like I think I don't know what it is with these guys, but I think baseball has been a little on edge lately.
Right.
We'll see. We'll have to monitor that situation and see if that hopefully settles down a little bit. But I'm like,
they said these hands rated E for everybody. Everybody can get it.
Exactly. I think Tommy Pham started it. So
yeah.
We do have an update on Brittney Griner. She was they did see some pictures of her. We did get some pictures of her for the first time since she was arrested, but she is going to trial on Friday. Her trial begins regarding her detention. But she had a preliminary trial yesterday, and that's when they were able to get pictures of her kind of going down the hall. She's already been in for 4.5 months, and she's finally getting the trial started. I just think this is pretty crazy, but it was nice, I guess, to see her at least. I think that was probably comforting for a lot of people. But what do you think about the Brittney Griner thing? You think she's going to get to come home anytime soon or what?
Honestly, man, I'm a little bit worried. You know what I mean? Like, they're talking about her facing up to 10 years. Like that's so crazy, man. You know what I mean? And right now, I think it's just them being petty. You know what I mean? With everything else that's going on, and America sending over $1 billion. You know what I'm saying? To who they're fighting with, and I think that's really all this is. I think if nothing like this was going on, I think Brittney goes home after like a week or less. You know what I mean? And so it really, really just sucks. That she's having to go through this and her family's having to go through this, and because of everything that's going on, like that's the reason why I worry. Just them trying to make an example out of her, and then them also requesting for the U.S. to send back one of their prisoners, and we haven't done so yet. You know what I mean? Like I think it's just all a macho, prideful pettiness, like, immature, just fight. You know what I mean? Like it's just
And it is scary that, she's basically caught in between that. So
exactly.
Kelly says, free BG, enough is enough. This wouldn't happen to a male athlete. And I do think that they are going to have to do something soon. They're going to have to intervene. But I wonder how quickly this trial stuff will work or not. Like, I wonder, I mean, obviously it took a long time for her to get this trial, but I wonder if on Friday when they go in there, they're just going to be like, yeah, you're guilty. Like, it's 10 years or something like. But I do think, once she is sentenced, then, I think that maybe things will start to accelerate on what they're gonna do. I don't know. Unc joining the show. Hello. Welcome to the show. Good to see you. And it's kind of sad that Marcus isn't here though to talk about this last story on here in terms of Texas and Arch Manning choosing to go to Texas. By the time he goes there, I think they will be in the SEC. But kind of choosing a different path than his uncles and the other Mannings. Kind of going a different direction. But I think that's cool. Georgia was in play, but I'm kind of cool because I don't really, I like the Mannings post career, but I don't really like the Mannings like that,
Same. And now I hate him even more because he's going to, going to Texas. So
right. You're right. For sure.
But But yeah, man, I guess it's huge. Number one recruit for his class, so I get it. But yeah, man, you know me, I was booing out here like, nah, bump that, like it's whatever now, whatever
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, that's what's up. Anthony's throwing up the hook 'em horns. That's what's up. He's doing that for Marcus. Angel says another Manning quarterback. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think he definitely will be good, though. I think he's definitely going to be a good quarterback, but there will be a lot of pressure. We'll see how that goes. But I kind of am liking it because, like I said, like as a Georgia fan, like I didn't like that they were like trying to like kind of butter up too much. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I know you have to do that for recruiting, anyways. Like Georgia's great at recruiting, but I don't know.
I mean, I'll say that Texas hasn't beaten Oklahoma in some years. So, Anthony, y'all better win because if y'all don't, I'm talking mess.
Kelly says, thank goodness I don't want to see his uncles around every game. And then mom says, I hate the Mannings. For sure. That's going to be better. You know what I'm saying? Because it was funny, though, because the one game that they were at the Georgia game, one game last year. They kept showing them like the whole like third and fourth quarter. They kept showing them. I'm like, will you stop? Like this dude's 2 years away from college. Like just at least show the game, So that was annoying. That's true. Anthony West says, I wonder how much the NIL deal was. They came through.
It's gonna be.
His deal had to be through the roof just based off of the name and the notoriety already. So
exactly. Kid's been getting ESPN footage since he was at like ninth grade. Probably before that, you know what I'm saying? Like it's wild.
He's already selling jerseys, I'm sure. So Unk says should have gone to Florida State. Unk, is that your college team or who? What? If you can let us know what your college team is, I don't know if I know. But that's what's up. So yeah, that's our other sports wrap up. I think that's pretty much it. Yep. Oh, the live is Pumpkin Ridge. I'm sorry, not Pumpkin. Not Pumpkin. Whatever I said, Pumpkin Ridge. So that's cool.
Okay.
And then Unk is he is Florida State. Okay, that's what's up. Okay. So Anthony Weston says he started following Texas more since he lives there. Crazy, it's probably more A&M fans here in TCU and SMU here too. Wow.
I mean, remember how big TCU used to be back in the day? Like,
yeah.
TCU used to be a really big school.
And they still get really cool jerseys and stuff like that. So they're still a big deal. Well, in Texas, like football's so big and there's so many fans that there's enough to go around for everybody. Like everybody goes hard. So
you go back to like the LaDainian Tomlinson days and things of that nature. Like they were good for a while. I remember like the rivalry between them and Oklahoma was crazy for a little bit, man. It was nuts.
For sure. But that's good stuff. I'm excited for college football. Is so fun because it just has a different like energy to it. Like it's so cool, especially with the fans. It's like the tradition. It's like, oh, our family's gone here for years and years and all this stuff. Like it's just so cool. So I'm excited for college football too. That's coming soon.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll see what's up. And as always, in the bottom right corner, the national champions, Georgia Bulldogs. We'll see if they can make it happen again. But that's what it is. Do you want to give us any final say or like any plugs or talking to us a little bit about what you got going on? We have a little bit of extra time before we wrap this thing up.
Yeah, man, for sure. I'm saying some big things kind of happened or whatever, man. I jumped back in the TikTok creator program, man. So like, I think I had like another video go super crazy viral the other day. So like, usually I'm used to seeing like $1 to $2 a day in the creator program pop up, but I think the other day I had like $27 in a day.
Dang!
Yeah,
so big things. That's what's up.
Yeah, so
we're gonna be rich in no time.
You know what I'm saying? It's kind of crazy to see that big of a daily payout for it. So I'm hoping to just continue to get some of that consistency in. I'm like 500 followers from 80K, so like that's big things there. I just got my Rue 21 sponsorship.
Oh, okay.
So I got my Rue 21 sponsorship. So if you follow me on TikTok or Instagram, and you want to do some shopping or whatever, hit that link. You know what I'm saying? Help your boy out or whatever. But I think that was really, really big because I've been getting people constantly asking me like where I get like my anime stuff from, and that's where I get it from. So we like all my like followers have been like tagging Rue 21 like all my posts. So finally reached out and finally got that sponsorship. So I thought that was super, super dope. And then I also too just I know I'm kind of bragging a little bit, but I got the invitation to get monetized on Instagram for one of my pages. So my reels and stuff can finally start making some extra cash flow. So just trying to get these different avenues, man. So like it's been crazy. God definitely been really, really good these last couple of weeks. So social media has been fun.
That's what's up. Well, congratulations on all that, all the hard work continuing to pay off, and that's what it is. Just got to stay consistent and keep building that. So, very proud of you. That's what's up.
Thanks, man. What about you, dog? I knew you had the Buzz Lightyear video was popping off heavy. Like, did that
My Buzz Lightyear video almost got to 9,000 views, which was definitely far and away my most successful YouTube video so far. But I do think like it taught me some things about the way it works and stuff, and kind of just doing different things. But yeah, that was really cool, and I definitely kind of encouraged me to kind of keep going. But I'm trying to be more consistent with my YouTube videos, and definitely want to do some different things. But kind of finding out what area is going to be the best for me. And toys, that's what I do anyways. Like I'm already buying these toys. I'm like, might as well just show what's going on
with the world. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So
that's dope though, man. Because your video was 13 minutes long or something like that.
My video, my Buzz Lightyear video was like 7 minutes long.
Was it? Either way, man. 9,000 views, 7-8 minutes long. Like that adds up. You know what I mean? So when it's time to hit that 4,000 hours of watch time, like that's gonna put a really big chunk in there. So
yeah,
that's what's up, dog. That's huge.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. So continuing to learn, and try to keep going. Like that's what we've always been talking about, and that's what we motivate each other to do. So Same thing with this SLAC thing. We'll be here every single week, creeping up on SLAC 150 in a couple weeks, still trying to figure out exactly what we're going to do to kind of make that a little bit special. But we'll definitely probably be together for that one. So I'm looking forward to it. And that's what's up. None of that's possible without y'all out there supporting us at all times. So we really do appreciate you guys, all the Slackers out there, and the comments, the engagement, and just being part of the show. That's what's up. We look forward to it every week. So that's what it is. My guy back here is the Wolfman. And I'm excited. We actually just got tickets for this October. We're going to go back to Hollywood Horror Nights at Universal and going to go to Oogie Boogie Bash at Disneyland. So going to try to do some vlogs and stuff like that of that. But just really looking forward to it. It's so crazy, though. Like, you got to buy your tickets for this stuff so early it sells out. So we already got plans for Halloween. And one of the big things at the Hollywood Horror Nights this year is Wolfman. And he's, like, part of this, like, Legends Collide where he's going to, like, go up against Frankenstein or something. So
that's pretty tight.
I'm looking forward to it. But yeah, so that's why I decided let me bring out the Wolfman today, because I'm already looking forward to seeing him at the Hollywood Horror Nights. I never thought I'd be into it though. I'm kind of like a scaredy cat normally, but I'm kind of like, I guess I'm getting a little braver. So
yeah, we growing up a little bit. A little bit.
So.
You know what I'm saying? A little at a time.
Yeah. So that's what it is though. But yeah, I think we'll go ahead and wrap it up there. I appreciate all the support and love. And Marcus is out there on the golf course. We'll be getting some updates on how his game is going very soon, but that's why he couldn't be out there, be with us today. But we're all hoping that he's shooting very low right now. I'm sure he's doing great.
Yep.
For him, for SLAC episode 148, it's your boy A-Dub.
And your boy Strizzy.
Peace.